Hi guys, it's Kai and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a highly requested one. Would I even be a YouTuber if I didn't start off this video with that exact phrasing? Lots of you have been asking for some time now to see my makeup collection, my wig collection, and just an all-around tour of my drag closet, which if you watch my Instagram stories, you kind of get a glimpse of how the room looks. The reason I've been putting this video off for so long, to be completely honest with you, is just because it is so messy. I feel like you guys have an image of me in your mind that I would very much like to protect and uphold, that if you saw how I really lived in my real life, you'd be like, ew. In every other aspect of my life, I really do try to be very minimalist. I hate when I walk into someone's house and they just have so much tacky decor on the walls and on the floors. Not even tacky, just decor. I prefer things to be simple and just clean. And in my philosophy is that instead of buying more storage, you should just get rid of your stuff. That's my philosophy for every other aspect of my life except for drag, because I'm also a cheap bitch, so I keep like everything thinking that I'm gonna use it like 10 years down the line. I recently just went to Walmart though and got some new storage containers, so my room is like 5% cleaner now, which I guess passes the threshold for me making this video. So this video is going to be a brief tour at everything in this room, a little bit more focused of a look at my go-to makeup collection, which I thought would be a cute idea to show you guys. I like to just stick to like my tried and true products. I hardly try new things. You guys know I'm not the YouTuber to be like, let me try out this new product, let me get this new palette and review it for you. Like, I really don't care. And some of these things I have had for so long that it's probably unsanitary. Anyway, we are gonna jump into the video and I'm gonna get the sty in my eye checked out real quick. Alright, so walking down the steps of my house's basement is where all of my things are, and over in this corner is where I have all of my costumes. This looks like the scene of a horror movie or something. Over here, I have my shoes, and this is the suitcase that I bring with me every time I travel. But the main focus of this video will be this room over here, which is where I film all my videos, and I keep all of my wigs and makeup and supplies. So this is where I always sit, and I have my camera there, and I have these 3 lights set up. And then this big table here is like, I guess, a folding picnic table that I just use anytime I also sew anything, it's on this table. Over here is the backdrop that I use, and I just switch this up to different colors. I think I've talked about this before. It's called seamless paper. I want to start experimenting with using fabrics and stuff for this, because this is like so expensive and also so fragile. If you like wrinkle it at all, it's like absolutely ruined. So right here to the side of me is where I keep all of my like go-to makeup and supplies. This thing is like an old headboard from IKEA. On the top of it, I have my brushes. These are emptied out candles from Bath & Body Works. This is some of my favorite lip products and lipsticks. This is a little metal palette that I will mix product on so I don't have to dirty the back of my hand. This is a camera remote that I will use to take pictures. Alcohol, contact solution, hand sanitizer. This is a little bag full of bobby pins and safety pins that I will bring with me when I go out. So this top shelf here, I have some lashes. I don't like putting these in a case because my lashes are like so big that if I put them in a case, they'll kind of be like compressed down, which I don't like, so I just let them sit like that. Some nail files. Here are 2 of my contacts that I really wear on the regular. And I have a little thing of disposable like brow spoolies because I always do my brows with Pros-Aid and it just messes up the spoolies, so I just have to use disposable ones and throw them out. So this shelf here is all of the makeup that I will wear on a regular basis. These are little things from just the dollar store. They will come out like this so that I can take them and put them on my table as I'm doing makeup. But this compartment here is all of my foundations. My favorite foundation at the moment is the MAC Full Coverage Foundation. It's like a cream product that you just will buff in with a brush. I also have a couple of Makeup Forever foundations that if I'm really feeling natural, I'll wear those because they're like so sheer. This is a little Krylon TV paint stick. The reason this is so dirty is because I used this as my little stamping tool when I was painting my Kusama look. So that's why there's paint all over this. This, honestly, I don't even really like this formula. I don't know why I have this. It's sort of like the Makeup Forever foundation sticks, but like, it's so hard here. Like, it does not like spread at all. Honestly, we can throw that out. P.S. This floor mat, when I first put this down in this room, seemed like such a good idea, but now I'm just haunted by this crack every single day of my life. When I first put these down, I swear they fit perfectly, and now if I try to close this, it'll just like open up there. Oh my god. See, I just tried to fix it and now it's opening up here. Dear God. My favorite concealers are the Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealers. These ones are clearly too light for me, but that's because I use these underneath my eyes to highlight. And then this is the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation. I have this in a super dark shade because it's what I use to cream contour, and then you can kind of just like swipe it on. It kind of goes in an order, so I will then move on to setting it with powder. This is Coty Airspun powder. This is what I use to set my makeup all the time. Either this or Ben Nye Banana powder or a mixture of that. The reason why is because I find that the shade of this is a little bit more on the neutral side, whereas banana powder is a little more warm and yellow, so sometimes I'll mix them actually. This is a Patrick Starr translucent powder, which is from his holiday collection with MAC from last year. And I'll use this on like other people or on myself if I'm really feeling fancy, because it's like the more luxurious version of this, I feel like. This is Prosade Cream. I recently moved on to only using this on my eyebrows versus Prosade Liquid because this just dries faster and I find it's easier to work with. And the last thing that I have in here is Ben Nye Clown White. This is the only thing I will use for my white eyeliner underneath my eyes. I also use this to highlight my brow bone, so very, very good product, highly recommend. And it's also lasted me for so long. I've had this for ages and I'm trying to open this with one hand. And it's still like a ways away from being empty, so highly, highly recommend. This compartment over here is a bunch of compacts powders. So I have 2 shades of the MAC Studio Fix powder. One in, what color is this? Shivering White, which is a great setting powder for white or just a highlight powder if you're really pale. And then this is the same formula in NC35, which is more a skin tone color. I have here a NYX matte bronzer. I also have the Patrick Starr bronzer, which I also really like for just warming up my face. This is a MAC Patrick Starr blush. I really like his MAC collections, as you can tell. This is MAC Peaches blush. I also have some NARS blushes back here. And then I have 3 different highlighters here. 2 of these are from Ofra. As you can see, this one is like triple colors and this one is just one color. And then I have another highlighter from Becca Cosmetics. Let's see, in this little compartment here, I have a bunch of lip liners. I have lash glue, glitter glue. I have some little tweezers, sharpeners for my lip pencils. And then this little back thing here is like, I don't really care about it. These 2 compartments are kind of like all glitters and little eye things. So I have all of my favorite glitters here, lots of MAC, lots of Lit Cosmetics, some Makeup Forever. This is the NYX Lid Lacquer. It's sort of like a clear lip gloss for your eyes if you want to do a glossy eye look. This is the Anastasia Dip Brow, which I always used to use on my brows when I was sort of filling in my natural brows. If ever I do a look like that, like the one that you just saw in the intro, this is the product that I use on my brows. As you can tell, I really like glitter. This last compartment, should not be in there, is more lipsticks. I have lots of nudes. I really like reds. I have a purple in here. I have a blue from Ofra. But really, the most lipsticks that I wear are the ones that are up here. This is a red liquid lipstick from MAC. I have here a Makeup Forever. They're lip creams. I really like the formula of these. So that's that for this shelf, which is the majority of my makeup. Moving on down, these are a bunch of palettes. The one I really use the most, to be quite honest, is a custom made one that I use just by dissecting all of my favorite palettes and taking out all my favorite colors. I have here some Sugar Pill eyeshadows and Suva Beauty eyeshadows. Those are all of these color ones. I have here, this is like from Makeup Geek. It's one of their contour powders. These 2 shadows are from Ofra. So this is sort of my go-to palette. As you can see, it's just colors and neutrals. But my other palettes that I really like, this was, I think, one of my first palettes purchased ever. This is the Urban Decay Electric palette. This is a Sugar Pill eyeshadow palette that I had filled up with my own eyeshadows that I got from their website. As you can see, I took one of them out and put it in this one. This is a Suva Beauty palette. They're kind of like the cheaper Sugar Pill, and their quality is pretty good as well. As you can see, I also took out some of the colors that I wanted and put it in here. It's just easier to travel with one palette, right? This is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, which is full of really warm neutrals. If I'm doing a neutral eye, sometimes I'll go to this because it has really warm shades, which I really like on my skin tone. Over here is a Makeup Forever Flash palette. I use this for special effects. If there's a color that I need but don't have, I can easily create it with this palette. This container is filled with some special effects products. I have here some water activated body paints. I really like the ones from Wolf. The MAC Chroma Cakes, is that what they're called? Yeah, Chroma Cakes. This is a newer product. It's from Krylon. Well, it's new to me. This is their Velvet Illusion. Let's focus. Illusion Velvet. It's sort of like a cream highlight. I really like this on my cheeks. Maybe I should put it up there. I also have here some Suva Beauty paints. These are also water activated. I have here my hardly used Prosade liquid. And then finally down here is a bunch of contacts in different colors. Some of these I'm positive are far beyond their expiry date, but when have I ever turned somebody down for being too old? So that's the bulk of the makeup that I wear. Moving on, this shelf over here, oh sorry, I had to burp, is some more sort of special effects stuff. This is a can of black hairspray that I kind of recently bought on a whim when I saw it at Shoppers this Halloween season, but I really like it actually. This is a big container of Burma liquid latex. I have cotton balls here, a super cheap dollar store bald cap, some molding clay. Here I have a bunch of fake nails that I don't really wear anymore because I just can't be bothered to find the time. But when I do, I'll just use these. These are really extra long ones that I found on eBay. You can only get these in like smaller packs. This is from ages ago when I did my little Lady Gaga Venus look. I don't know why I kept that. I guess I didn't want to waste the money. Over here we've got some plaster bandages and some teeth and tongues that I made that will just, I don't even want to get into that. This little bucket is full of acrylic paints. These are some fabric paints. This is what I was using on my Kusama dress to paint that. And then I just have random acrylic paints because I used to paint on canvases. Down here I have some fabric paints. I wanted to make a video dyeing my synthetic wigs, so I had experimented with using fabric dye to do that, but didn't really work out. But now I have all of these fabric dyes. And I bought so many colors because I had different projects that I wanted to do that I just never got around to. But that's why I have all of these. And then I just have some random things in here. This is fishing wire, spray adhesive. All over this room are remnants of projects that I wanted to start, but maybe I started them and they didn't really work out, or I got the materials and didn't go through with it. So this shelving system here is the thing that I was talking about that I got from Walmart just recently. A very new addition to this room. They're kind of like IKEA Alex drawers for poor people. I have here all of my jewelry. I don't really have a great way to store them other than the fact that I just throw them in there. Here I have a bunch of little knickknacks and supplies. I always use popsicle sticks for my eyebrows to apply the Prosade cream, so this is where I keep those. I have here some rhinestone trim, toothpicks. By the way, can I tell you guys, you can get this at the fabric store in as long a roll as you want. I use it to make belts and bracelets. So this is a belt that I made. I also got the chains from the fabric store, and I just added these little buttons to the end to hold it together. So that can be a fun project for you to try out. We have pliers in here, glue sticks, my glue gun, more popsicle sticks. This shelf down here is some hair stuff. I got a bunch of like real girl hair products from Kitsch when I did the Face Awards, so I kind of threw them all in here. And I have some brushes, a bunch of wig caps that I have so many of. Moving on to this one, this shelf has a bunch of sewing supplies, so I have a bunch of different colors of threads, bobbins. This little box was a recycled MAC Holiday Collection box that I filled up with just thread. This drawer is full of rhinestones, some spare E6000. I get my stones from eBay, but if you live in Toronto, please tell me if there's a store downtown that sells rhinestones like these, because the only access to rhinestones that I have in a brick and mortar store currently are Michael's, which honestly have the ugliest rhinestones known to man. They should honestly be against the law. This drawer, I just kind of have nothing. This is some expo markers for my whiteboard. This drawer down here, some more sewing supplies. I have ribbons and trims and elastics in this bag. Some markers that I recently just bought so I can mark better my patterns. More ribbons, some zippers, some feathers. This is a little plate that I'll reuse when I'm stoning something. I just put all the rhinestones on there. Let me move this. So this is just a little container. I used to have all of my threads in this, but when I got too many that they wouldn't fit, that's when I moved all my different color threads into there. So now I just keep some safety pins in here. I have all of my different colors of bobbins. I have some extra needles and other little sewing supplies. This is for like if you're wanting to seal a coat at the top with a little hook and I don't know what the other part is called. Some things for making bracelets that I got at Michael's. Just little things that really need like a small compartment, I'll put in there. This little guy has some more sewing things. I have here all of my pearl head pins that I will use when I'm doing wigs. This is filled with the duckbill clips for hair, bobby pins, and some fake nails, nail glue, hair elastic bands, some twill tape that I used for blocking my wigs, and a little pin cushion. All right, so that's it for this wall over here. So let's move on over here, where as you can see, I have a bunch of wigs up here. I really have too many wigs to fit onto mannequin heads, so most of my wigs I have sort of compacted down here into these little bins, and I just stuff them into plastic bags, which I know is really not good for them, but I just have too many to store. Up here, I will just store all of my wigs that I really wear more often and ones that have styles that I don't want to ruin. Can I just show you? I got these mannequin heads. They just came in the mail the other day from Amazon. I don't know whose idea it was to ship them in a plastic bag where they could be ruined, but now these look like not even heads. Like, there's one, there's two, there's three. This one's not that bad until you see it in the light and she has like no lip. What is the problem? Up here is number 4, who looks like she just got out of war. Honestly, I was so annoyed when they came like this. I was almost about to write a negative review on their page, but then I just realized the mannequins kind of have more character this way. So this bottom right corner here is basically where I just keep all of my overflow makeup. I tried labeling them at one point when I started getting these containers, then it just became too much. And basically now if I need to find something, I need to look through all 1, 2, 3, all 12 of these. This is all the makeup that whenever somebody comes over to my house, I'm always just like, take whatever you want, girl. Lots of this is still unopened, but then again, lots of it I've like opened once and then didn't like, or I had opened it, I loved it, but then just moved on to something new. Do I really need this many popsicle sticks? Jesus Christ. If you thought that my glitter compartment was a lot, I have even more glitters here. Can I tell you something? These aren't even face glitters. These are fucking nail glitters that I got. I had this idea to do rainbow hollow nails, so I got them in every color, and it turned out to look like shit when I did it because I don't really know how to do nails, but now I have all of these nail glitters. I also have here some like cheaper craft glitters. All of the ones in these little like janky pillbox containers are from the craft store. This one's actually kind of fierce. This container is filled with lashes. I stocked up on a bunch of 301s from eBay, but I also have some NYX lashes. I have these other eBay lashes. There's just one more in that container. Also in here is some more backup mascara / brow spoolies. You guys know I like to customize my lashes, and I did a video all about that. So basically, like every couple of, I want to say months, I'll like throw out my crusty lashes and customize myself a new pair, which I'll just like wear on repeat. And currently this is the pair. Basically, I have enough shit to last me through the apocalypse. As you can see down there, I just have my sewing machine. Whenever I'm sewing, I'll just put it onto the table. But finally, I'll just show you this little section over here. Starting over here, I have a bunch of my hair rollers and little flexi rods, perm rods. This is the elastic that I use. I always attach this to all of my wigs, especially if I know I'm going to be dancing in it. I have to sew this to my wig in order for it to stay on. I just got this elastic band off of Amazon. If you want to see a detailed video on what I just talked about, I have one on my channel, which I will link down below. Here are some more rollers. I think these ones are called magnetic rollers. I don't really like these. I got them to like experiment and try something bigger than the size that I have, but I don't really like these. I also have these, which I tried out getting a really big wire mesh roller, but I just found that this size is way too big and the curls just look like nothing when I took them out, but now I have so many of these that I have no place for. This is my face cast and little face prosthetic mask that I made back when I was in the Face Awards. I just like keeping her here because I think it's funny. These are some light gels that I will use on my lights if I want to do something cool with that, much like in this photo that I just posted on Instagram. These are some makeup bags that I will bring with me when I'm traveling, and I'll just put the makeup that I want to use in these bags. This room used to be much messier, but ever since I moved all of my stuff over back there, I just have this open space here to, I don't know, do activities. This thing over here, by the way, is a mannequin body form. The reason there's a garbage bag over it was because I was stoning something and didn't want to get, I didn't want to risk getting any glue on the body form. Also, I get so many questions about what I use to hold up my wigs when I'm styling them. This is called a light stand. It's the same thing that's holding up this light and this light and this light. The reason I have a fourth one is because I have a fourth light down here that I will use to light my backdrops. But when I'm not doing that, I will use that light stand to hold up my wigs. Anyway, that's pretty much the tour of this whole room. You know, many moons ago, I had watched a video just like this on a YouTuber's channel called ShanXO, and she was doing her makeup collection, and I remember thinking, how could one person have so much makeup? Because it's the circle of life, I have to tell you the exact same thing she said in her video. If it seems like it's a lot of stuff, it's because this is a collection that's 5 years in the making, and it helps that I have some connections and brands that will send stuff out. But still, a lot of the stuff you saw here was me investing my money and the money that I get from YouTube and putting it back into this channel. And that's because I love what I do, and it's far surpassed a hobby and has moved up my resume from hobbies and interests, and it's become work. Before I go, I would like to shout out some Instagrams who've tagged me in their posts. If you recreate anything of mine from my tutorials or from my Instagram, be sure to tag me if you do so, because I would love to give you a shout out in my video. Sidebar, do you guys love this hair? I'm trying something new, which, on a related note, this is also like the least amount of makeup I've ever worn, but I had gone for like a Kim Kardashian inspired look, went outside of my comfort zone, and I actually love it. This is a human hair wig because I know I'm gonna get questions about it. I had made a tutorial last October. You can check out that video. This is the same hair. And I've just put in some water and product to get it this texture. Let me know down in the comments what other videos you'd like to see me do, and let me know what are your makeup favorites and tried and true products that you would recommend to me based on seeing my collection. Anyway, until my next video, I hope you guys are all doing well, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!